I'm gonna try to tone down the cussing a little bit.
Ooh, wee. Yeah, try. We'll try. Try. Oh, yeah, okay. You are not sorry. Jesus. Just ran me over twice.
Hey, where's that fucking app?
Alright.
Newsweek. Nope.
Let me see. Where you at, bro?
In the apartment. What the fuck?
Oh, wait.
Where you at?
I just pistol whipped this guy. I was just getting this car. Let me see where you at.
Yeah, I sent you a game invite.
So what?
Nah, I sent you a game invite.
Oh, really? How do I...
Yeah.
Let me see. How do I... Ooh, wait. Let me see. Maybe I...
You said
Okay,
you want to make some money.
how do I join your game? Oh,
You
can I
should.
use my phone? There it is.
Yeah.
No, not that. No, not that. Where you at?
Yes, sure.
Okay, try to send me that invite again.
Yeah. Top news.
There we go.
Categories. Bitch, I want free news. I ain't trying for this shit.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Now we good to go.
Already.
Alright. How y'all doing, everybody? This is Kirbstreet, and welcome back to the BGM show. I know that's not usually how we start. We're just trying to get some stuff set up. We live right now, so... Oh, what happened, bro?
Oh, shit. Okay, broadcast. Already.
Yeah. So, I want to give a shout out to V1C. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to... You can follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. At V1C. Viewers First Choice. Oh yeah, shout out to Rick and Morty. 70 more episodes. Yo, their DVD just
Amen.
dropped today. Season 3 is out. If you're a fan, go get it. Have something to watch till that new season come out.
Best show out there.
My opinion. Anybody who is looking to getting into a new show, I would advise watching Rick and Morty. Go ahead and get season 1, 2, and 3. Season 3 is out right now. I'm just doing free promo because I just like them. I like that show so much, they ain't even gotta pay me. I'm just gonna shout them out. And oh my god, and shout out to McDonald's, because I actually tasted that Szechuan sauce, and I gotta say, it's crack. Have you had the Szechuan sauce?
Nah, I ain't never had it yet.
You see, you know what? A lot of people don't even know that this. You can go. Look, here's one of McDonald's best kept secrets. They played everybody and didn't even tell them that they brought the Szechuan sauce out. A lot of people don't even know that Szechuan sauce is out. But I'm here to tell you, Kirbstreet General, that they been had that Szechuan sauce out, and they ain't telling nobody. All the McDonald's employees, they eating up all the Szechuan sauce. So if you want some Szechuan sauce, they gonna act like they don't know what it is, because, well, in the area I'm in, they act. I say, hey, excuse me, can I get some Szechuan sauce? And they look at me like I'm speaking Mandarin Chinese. They look at me like I'm speaking Korean or some foreign language. And I say the Szechuan sauce, and they're like, we don't have that. And then if you don't know what color it is, just say, hey, give me some of that black sauce. And they're gonna look and go, ah, and give you that look. And like, damn it, you taking up all the sauce. And then they're gonna give you the Szechuan sauce, and you know, and I think they just pretend like they don't know what you're talking about, so they can hog it for themselves. So definitely get you some of that Szechuan sauce before they discontinue it. And I got me about 20 packets of Szechuan sauce thanks to my wife. She actually hooked it up for me. But I'm on a mission to collect so much of that Szechuan sauce that when they stop making it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be good for the next, I don't know, 3 to 4 months. So hopefully that work out for me. And oh yeah, whoops, holy shit, yeah, my song of the week. And no, it's not Childish Gambino. What is it?
This is America.
Made in America. No. And wrong. My song of the week is not no damn Childish Gambino. But we are gonna talk about that actually, because I found that there was some things that were very interesting, and we're gonna get back to that. My song of the week is actually BB Rexa. What's the song? Yeah, BB Rexa, Meant to Be. That's gonna be the summer song. I don't care. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not subjected to rap, just rap. I like all genres of music. And what I've been liking a lot lately is country music, because country music does not sound the same like it used to. They actually listen to people. Stop doing that boring stuff where they just use the instruments. Now they incorporating 808s. They're getting very digital. They just coming out with some really good music. And then it's also with Florida Georgia Line, so they really killed that song. So that's definitely gonna be my summer song. That's definitely gonna be the song that I'm gonna be popping fireworks at 4th of July. And that song, I really enjoy that. Now the album of the week for me is T Grizzly Activated. God, that CD goes so hard. T Grizzly is actually one of my favorite rappers right now. He going raw. He ain't holding no punches. Just, you know, a grimy ass nigga from Detroit, and he talking that street talk. And I thoroughly enjoyed that CD. I advise anybody to listen to it. So, oh, one more thing. I actually looked up. I know the first episode, I said that I was creating my hashtag movement. Enough is enough. I actually looked it up. It's actually a movement. So
Already.
I want to shout out to Enough is Enough, and their movement is to stop gang violence across the cities. I can't remember exactly where it started. I think it might have started maybe in like Albuquerque, New Mexico, or um, maybe in like North Carolina or somewhere. I think it was North Carolina. But I don't want to make a mockery of them. They're actually an established group. They have a following. Um, so if you want to support them, you can hashtag Twitter enough is enough, and then you can find them under that hashtag, and they're an established group. So I'm not gonna use that anymore. I'm actually finding another movement name. I haven't thought about it yet. I've been actually quite busy. I've been doing a lot of willing and dealing. My wife, she's been making moves, trying to get her business jump started, and then I just been a busy guy. So that's all I gotta say about that. Is that I'm not gonna be using that anymore. That's an established movement. Yeah. Ooh. And you got anything you like to say, Mr. Carteon?
Oh man. Well, I like to say, buy guns, drink beer, fuck women, and have fun.
Oof. Yeah, man. So, what can we start off with? Oh, little Red Dead Redemption news. It's
A
actually
word?
it's a little bit of Red Dead Redemption, and it's more of a secret or Easter egg um, in Grand Theft Auto 5. Is that
Yeah.
those treasure chests that pop up on the screen?
Yeah.
It's actually a gun that you can find that's gonna be for Red Dead Redemption 2. So when you find, if you can find the gun inside the treasure chest, because you can do a search for the treasure chest while you're on the free mode map, and you so happen to get the double revolver pistol.
Yeah.
When you find it,
Oh, I
and
got that.
yeah, you have to do a mission for that. Where, oh man, I got done up. You actually, let's see. You have to do a
I didn't
challenge
know
for
that.
that. Yeah, it's the headshot challenge. After you get the gun and you complete that, that gun will be available for you on Red Dead Redemption 2 when the game drops. So it'll be a golden revolver for Red Dead Redemption 2. But you have to find the treasure chest in Grand Theft Auto 5 and complete the mission for the gun to get it on Red Dead Redemption. That's just a little bit of
Right.
news for those who, like little things from games, like doing little missions. That's a little fun little mission you can do, and that actually that should link up to your Red Dead Redemption account and when they drop the game.
Yeah, that's a nice little action revolver.
Yeah. So, in other news, oh, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get into Childish Gambino. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, man. I saw that. I
Mhm.
saw that video and I thought it was weird as fuck at first,
Mhm.
and I couldn't help but laugh.
What's so funny about it?
Like, oh man, that motherfucker. That dude's stance,
What
his
you mean?
gun stance, it's hilarious.
Okay, I'll just say
But
this. I didn't hear his stance on the guns. You
no,
know.
no, no. I mean, not actual stance, like not political stance. I mean, this motherfucker's gun stance, like physical gun stance.
Mhm.
That nigga, that shit is funny to me. I'm like, bro, you must not have ever held a gun in your life.
You think
But the
so you think that he
video was
does
pretty good.
so you think he doesn't tote guns? You don't think that he's a gun owner? You think that he is advocating that people should not have guns, and that he doesn't believe in protecting himself, and He believes that guns should be controlled. Is that what you're getting at? That's what you feel that his stance was with the video? Is that
Oh,
there should
without
be
a
more gun
shadow of a
control?
doubt.
Huh?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. I mean, the way that I feel about that, I don't. Oh yeah, I see you. Hell yeah. Hey.
Oh shit.
We in a party?
Uh, nah, yeah, we gonna follow. I got my, I left my vehicle to nobody. All right, you wanna try it again?
Okay. Okay. I mean, the way that I feel about that, I don't think that he has a problem with gun control. I don't think his stance on that, because I think he spoke about the video already. I just did not hear what he had to say. I don't think he
Yeah.
much so. Um, I think it's okay. I don't know how he feels about gun safety. I'll just say this. I feel that what I deciphered from his video is that he's the revolutionary, and he's the advocate, and he's the person in this generation that has to say something and give that message.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so the thing is that what I got from the video is that this is nothing new. What he's saying isn't really mind blowing. What he's saying isn't really something that I haven't heard already and things that I haven't seen. I really liked his perspective and the things that he's did, because I'm already accustomed to a lot of those things. Like, it's funny how I've like watched all these people and they're sitting there and they're deciphering all these things like, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does this mean? Like, what does it mean when he stood like this and then he flamboyantly shot that guy in the back of his head? And like, I'm from the South, so the language that he was speaking to me, I fully understood what he was saying without having to explain in detail what was being said. It's because I already know about this stuff. Like the way that he was dancing, he was on some monkey shine type of shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we both know what that means. He was shining like a cone. But that was a part of the message. Is that
Yep.
you got a bunch of these niggas over here, they shining and doing all that bojangle shit, and entertaining people, especially white people. And there's a lot of real things that's going on in the background that's chaotic. There's chaos that's pursuing in this world, and people are dancing and having a good time and throwing money in the air, and there's some real stuff going on, and people are not caring. As long as people are entertained, we can have all this madness go on. But what's even bigger than that I'm surprised that people didn't even mention, is that this is the age of Babylon. We're living in Babylon. I don't see why. You know what? I do see why. I'm not gonna say that, because people are straying further away from the Bible. So people are acknowledging the devil more, but they're disregarding God, which I find confusing, because
Right.
when you don't read the Bible and you don't care to fully understand what's really going on, you can get really confused about certain things. And what I mean by that is, people will believe in the devil but disregard God. And the thing is, look, you don't have to saying, so
Yeah.
you can't disregard one without the other. You know what I mean? It's just weird how people are acknowledging the devil's existence but disregarding God. I find that really strange, because the thing is, if you just want to know the story, even if you don't believe it, just read the Bible. The Bible will tell you everything. You know what I mean? It'll tell you a lot that you want to know. But I'm digressing from my point. The point is Babylon. We are the new Rome. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is chaotic for a reason, and I personally enjoy it. I like chaos. I like controlled chaos too. It doesn't really bother me because this is what it was supposed to come down to. Like, things aren't gonna get better. It's just gonna get worse. You know what I mean? And that's just what that is. Like, people, it's good that people hope for a better tomorrow, but the truth is that we're all going down, and there's nothing that can be done about it. All you can do is be a good person to your small circle of people, and it's going down. So there was a lot of, like I said with the video, there was a lot of symbolism that I'm already accustomed to, because me watching that video, it's just something that I've already seen and I already known, and this isn't new because other people have already talked about these issues, talked about gun violence, talked about um, how black people are treated. This is nothing new, but I enjoyed how he actually spoke to the youth and reminded these kids that this is still a problem that's going on and it still needs to be addressed. So I really enjoyed that he reminded people about that, because you need to remind people about that. But I
Right.
mean, you know what I'm saying? Like him being in the Confederate pants, and you know what I'm saying? Him shooting up the black people. If he really wanted to shake it up, he should have had a white boy shoot them black people. Black people, because black people ain't shooting up church black people. We ain't shooting up churches. You know what I mean? That's white people
Yep.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? He would have kept it all the way real. He'd have had a white boy shoot up all them black people. You know what I mean? But I guess that might have been taking it too far. But I don't know. I guess
I
there was
mean,
some, huh?
it could have been a symbol for black on black crime.
It is a symbol on black crime, but the thing is that not that type of crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, when's the last
Yeah.
time you heard black people shooting up a church? I've never heard of black people
Never.
shoot up a church. When's the
Nah,
last
never.
time?
They.
No, I mean, I don't think I can remember any black people shooting up a church. That's white people stuff, and that's not to dog them out. It's just the truth. That's just what white people do. They'll go up in the house of God, and they'll light it up like a Christmas, like a Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Jingle bells.
yeah. So that's my opinion. You have anything else that you want to say? Anything else?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I only recently started listening to Childish Gambino. I've
Mhm.
always seen him more as an actor. So I've always seen, I've seen some of his acting stuff, some of the things that he's done, and then, of course, some of his comedy specials. But as far as a musician, shit, I should have listened to him a long time ago. He's a good artist. Heck of a good artist. Now, as far as his video goes, I thought his video was interesting and funny, even though it's supposed to be depicted as like a basically like a serious type of thing about gun violence in
Mhm.
America.
Mhm.
But America was founded on violence.
Right.
I mean, for God's sake, they came over. They were rejects from England that came over and killed all learned the Indians' ways and how to cultivate the land, and then they killed them all. They started a war with them.
Mhm.
So I mean, shit, that's how the United States was even formed in the fucking first place.
Yeah.
I mean, so it is America. People need to expect that, hey, America's a violent country. Deal with it. But we got guns, and the more guns we have, shit, it seems like ain't nobody gonna fuck with a person that got a gun. The safer we get. People go to these, like, when Dylan Roof shot at that church. Didn't nobody have a gun in that church?
Yeah.
They didn't even have security. So I mean, same thing when schools happen with shootings. There's those are gun free zones.
Hmm.
Well, shit, where do you think a shooter's gonna go to? Somewhere where they got a bunch of guns? Nope, they gonna go to where they can cause the most damage.
Hmm.
Movie theaters, schools, churches, restaurants. Think they gonna go? They not gonna go to places where you can have a gun and everything like that. It's not gonna happen.
Right. And see, that's the thing is that when you're strategic about it, because these are terrorists, you know, that are going around and shooting up people and shooting up good Americans. These are terrorist acts. Now, depending on who the person is, like you know what, it's funny. I ain't never seen the media outlet called white people
Yeah,
terrorists. You know, they're lone wolves. They're you know everything but a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? But I digress from my point. Is I'm gonna get back to Childish Gambino, and I am a supporter of the guy. I'm not a fan. I don't consider myself a fan of anybody. I used to be a fanatic until I realized that I can't get money from people being fanatics. You know what I'm saying? Now the
yeah,
thing is, I can support people and support a cause. You know what I mean? But also with a fan is that you have to have a biased opinion. So fans cannot step out of their boundaries and things that they know is that they dislike. They have to they have to vouch for something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
when you have a fan and your artist or whoever you support has terrible product or music, you back behind that and you're gonna make the best out of that situation. So I'm the type of person where I don't tolerate stuff like that. When stuff's
right.
good, it's good. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, but when stuff's bad, I'm gonna speak on it too. I'm not gonna sit there and just be like, oh yeah, 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 it's all good. Like, yeah, no. Like, I have honest opinions, and I don't kiss nobody ass. But
Right.
Childish Gambino, I'll say this because Childish Gambino he's in the running with J. Cole of having some of the worst ad libs I've ever heard in rap. And I wish I could tell him that face to face. Him and J. Cole got some of the worst ad libs I've ever heard in rap. You know what I mean? I've heard,
Yeah,
and that's that is not a bad thing because they're very talented to where, well, I'll speak on Childish Gambino. He's talented to where he can sing. Ooh, Jesus, Mary Joseph, look at you. So somebody behind you. He's talented enough where he can sing, and he has a great flow and cadence that's really good. So he makes up a
right.
lot with certain other things that he can do with music. But Childish Gambino, I've listened to his music and I've watched him grow as an artist, and he's whoa, whoa, and I've watched him grow as an artist and just get better. And I'm not one of those guys that's just like, wow, I just started listening. I've been following him for a minute. Like I knew that he was gonna do big things, and people was all like, oh yeah, he's that weirdo, and I mean he's an artist, man. It's a lot of weird people who are artists. Name me one artist who
Yep,
ain't weird. What I'm saying? Name me one
yep,
artist
that's
that's
true.
not weird. You, you got to be out of the box. You got to think with a different perspective, and um, just like Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can go down a whole list of just artists and
Right.
artistry. So, but one thing that interests me, and one thing I want to talk about, and this is the last thing I actually want to talk about, because I feel like we've been talking about him for quite some time. So, what do you feel about Childish Gambino's white wife or white girlfriend?
Oh shit. I did not know that.
Okay, so this is how black women felt about that. Is that okay? He dropped that song, right? This is America,
Right.
and people were loving it. Like, yes, black excellence. Yes, black and proud. Yes, let's get Kanye. Hashtag let's get Kanye out of here.
That
We need
sounds about right.
we need Gambino for president. But as soon as the next day happened and they saw his little white girlfriend with that little mixed mulatto baby, and she got another one on the way, and they saw pictures of him just all smiles and happy, that really tore up some black women. Oh my
Oh
God.
man.
I can see the aggy and frustrated black women talking about, listen here, King. King, where's your queen? Where's your black queen? It's not fair. It's not fair that you're talking and preaching all this. You're not pro-black. How can you be pro-black when you don't have a black girlfriend? You don't have a black wife. That's not black excellence. You know what I'm saying? So, this is the thing. Can you be pro-black and not have a black wife or girlfriend? How do you feel about that? Do you have to be pro-blackity black and have a black queen by your side just to preach that black excellence?
Oh man. You know, the fact that he has a white wife or a non-black wife don't mean shit because he's still black himself, and I'm pretty sure he's experienced a lot of what has been done in the black community towards black folks. And being a black man in entertainment industry, I'm sure he witnessed a bunch of racist shit. And with that said, when it comes to the black woman being all upset that hey, he's got a non-black wife, well, shit. My thing is, look at Meghan Markle. Black women ain't complaining about that chick. They, marrying Prince Harry or Prince where the fuck he
Well,
is
see,
from England.
this is the thing. That's a whole different story because I can go ahead and explain thoroughly how it wasn't strategic. She was just a proud black and white woman. First of all, that's the first woman that I've seen on that type of social status where she's hanging around white people and she says, I'm black and I'm white. But she
Right.
said, I'm black first. And I stood up and I gave her a standing ovation. She said, I'm black, but I'm also white. I just like how she said that I'm black first because you, it really, bothers me that people just do not want to claim that black side. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk
Yeah.
about your sweetest cousin. You want to talk about your Spanish, uncle, but you don't want to talk about your black heritage. And
Nope.
I really loved how she stood in front of Queen of England and all those hoity-toity white people, and she said, "Nah, I'm black too." You know what I mean? I see her, and I see her taking pictures, and she's walking around England, you know, um, hugging little black children, little black girls that look like her. You know what I'm saying? And she all up in
Yep.
Prince Harry. What's the name? Is it Prince Harry?
I think it's Prince Harry or
Prince
it's
Harry.
some.
All up,
Oh,
all up,
someone.
all up in his face. All up in his face. You know what I'm saying? They together. They happy. And shout out to Prince Harry. Boy, you know what white men love to do? When they get a good looking black woman, they want everybody to know. They
Yeah.
parade them around town, and they double back for the hood. So they know. So they want you to know I got the best looking black girl. Yes, I got me a black girl, and I got the best looking one. How about that? Because
Yep.
white man, one thing about white men, if they gonna date out their race, they ain't dating ugly women. I mean,
Nah, they not gonna date no ugly ass chick.
look,
If they're a white man that's worth a damn, they got a good job and all that, you ain't gonna never see them with an ugly ass bitch,
no
with an ugly
way,
ass
no
female.
way, Jose. So, I mean, that whole thing with Meghan Markle, I really like her. I think she's a fantastic person, and she's just sweet, very nice. She's the definition of a lady. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
she's showing so much positivity to black women. Black women had to accept her. She was um, more than the exception because she makes black women look good. Because guess what black women are gonna say? She's black. They're not gonna say she's
Yep.
black and white. She's just gonna say, nah, nah, this is America, and the white man says that you're black, so you're a black woman. So of course black women liked her, but the thing is that with Childish Gambino, he's a black man, and that's a issue that's going on amongst the black community. Is why aren't good black men dating within their race? You know, and I'm not saying that a lot of I mean there yeah, black men we play in the field, and it's not like there's not black love going on. It's just
Right.
that it's just not enough for black women, because who's really complaining about this is black women. Ooh wee.
Yeah, black men ain't really complaining about shit. I mean, we really ain't complaining about nothing. For those black women, I feel like this. For those black women that are hating on Childish Gambino because he's with a woman of a different race, I look at it like this. I mean, ain't nobody was saying nothing when Serena Williams married that white dude. Everybody was praising Serena Williams for that. You know what I mean? You had a lot of black women that was praising Serena Williams for marrying that white guy.
Mhm.
You had a lot of black women that was saying that was praising Janet Jackson for marrying that I guess that Saudi Arabian dude, that billionaire.
Mhm.
You had a lot of black women that was praising what's her name, Black China for marrying that. Well, she just married it. That's stupid on her. But for being with that Kardashian dude.
Mhm.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So it's a double. When it comes to black men and black women, it's a double standard because they weren't saying that shit. And this is no knock on black women. I love black women, but I like to call shit out.
Mhm.
They weren't saying that shit when the late great Maya Angelou was married to two white men,
Mhm.
and she was still considered pro black. You know what I mean? No one said nothing about
Yeah.
that. So I mean, when it comes to Childish Gambino, hey, that man obviously likes black folks, loves black folks. He's black. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no self-hatred in the dude. And for the most part, I think in my opinion, a lot of black women don't understand is that as a man and as a black man in general, we tend to date whoever's going to treat us the right way.
Right.
Who's going to like whoever's going to love us for who we are, and all that type of stuff that goes with it. We
Right.
don't date you because you Hispanic. We don't date you because you white. We don't date you because you Asian. Nothing like that stuff. But we date because, hey, if she just happened to be Asian or she just happened to be white and she treat me right, we gonna wipe her ass up. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
mean, that's the way I look at it,
Well,
and I think that's what Childish Gambino did. It's
I
like,
think.
hey, he met himself a nice non-black chick who treated him right, and he wiped her up.
Well, I think it's just been throughout history that black men just have no type when it comes to a certain type of women.
Right.
Black men, we out here and we smacking anything that's moving. Like, best believe if aliens came down to this earth, black men would be the first one to try to get up in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We if they look beautiful, but that's just my opinion and what I've seen. Like, I remember back in the day when people were so picky, very choosy. You know what I'm saying? I remember this. It wasn't too long ago that all these thick plus size women, they were fat ass slobs. Yeah, I said it.
Ooh. Yep.
Women, they was considered fat, and they was shaming the hell out of them. They was praising these skinny women with no booties, and that's just what it was. Like,
Right.
if you ain't skinny, and you ain't looking like a runway model, you ain't looking like Naomi Campbell, you ain't looking like Tyra Banks. We don't
You
want
ain't looking like
any
Megan
parts.
Good.
There's no parts of fashion or what we feel that in America, this is the beautiful woman. Now times has changed. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all these plus size women kicking down the door and flaunting their body, and you know you will get in trouble for fat shaming a person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And times is different. But what I'm saying about that is that black men really never even cared about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
And I guess with a lot of black men standards is so low with women, as far as like like body type and all that. Like, we were just willing to try, you know. And man, what were we talking about again? I kind of got lost. I got lost in the
It
sauce.
came to the point where you was talking about how black women were dogging out Childish Gambino for having a non-black wife.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I feel like we've been talking about him a little bit past what I wanted to talk about. Oh, and by the way, my wife pointed out that yeah, she probably Latina. So all these people, all these black women, and all these people who was talking noise about, oh, this girl, she got blonde hair, she got to be a white woman. My wife was all like, yo, that's a Latina. And I think that will probably grind black women's gears even more, knowing that saying,
Yeah.
like, not just black men, but more men are wanting
Oh,
a
his wife
Latina.
ain't that bad looking.
Oh no, you thought you was gonna shoot me, punk. Oh man, I gotta
His
get out
wife
of here.
look kind of good.
Huh?
Shout out to Childish Gambino. Your wife is hot.
Latina cooking them tortillas in the kitchen. You
You
know what I'm
can't get
saying?
mad at that.
You know what I mean?
Cannot get mad at that at all.
Yeah.
I think most men, and this, I think most men want a woman who is, who's not combative all the time. Who doesn't,
It's it,
most men don't want a woman that they have to fight continuously.
okay. See, and that's the thing about that cultural difference. You know what I'm saying? Is that is that there's certain women and there's certain different cultures where women who will submit to their man and make them feel like men. Now,
Yep.
I'll grant it. With this new day and age, there are more women who aren't willing to do certain things that was done back in the day. More
Right.
traditional, because with this American lifestyle, it really like devalues certain things when like your mom's mom was brought up, and what was passed down from generation to generation, these kids really don't listen.
Right.
So it's hard to keep that tradition going, you know, with the sudden changes of the world. So the thing is, ooh, shizzle. Wow, he ate that. So the thing is that there's still certain women who have a certain culture about themselves to cater to man. It might have
Mhm.
not been as good as it was back at a certain time, but there's still values in that. And
Right.
I feel like that, like I said, there's certain women in the city. There's a lot of women in the city who just don't know how to cater to man. You know what I
Now they
mean?
get they on that new age
And
feminist type of thing.
and I blame those women in the city who got the nerve to complain but don't want to consider any kind of cultural changes that can help benefit to them, because you don't have to take everybody's culture and just take all of it in. You take little bits and pieces that you like and just consider different things. But like I said, I'm not trying to talk about some stuff that I already talked about. I just feel like there's a lot of complaintive women, and I feel like there's a lot of sensitive and complaintive people as well. But that's just the age that we're living in. Hopefully, it can pass on, and we can go into a new era where people aren't so sensitive like they are right now.
Yeah, 'cause the way thing is, politically correctness is killing the United States. I think most people want to be uncensored, but
Yeah,
they're afraid to be uncensored, or they're afraid to say what's on their mind because either one, they're gonna get fired, two, they're gonna get shamed, three, it's possible that they can lose their family or their wife or their girlfriend or their husband or their boyfriend or whatever because of how they feel about shit.
and
I
see this,
mean, yeah, go ahead.
and that's the crazy thing that you mentioned, that you know losing your livelihood, that can drive a man insane. You know what I mean? And I've talked about that, but like losing your ability to generate money, that's a
To
fate worse
provide,
than death. It's torture. It's torture when you stand on certain opinions and you stand on certain values, and the mass majority of people don't believe in your values and your opinion, and you got people clicking up and running these mobs of complaintive people trying to destroy people. They ain't got no
yep.
better time to do to spend their time than getting on social media trying to expose that. See, that's why I don't like the Beehive. Fuck the Beehive. Beehive is full of Beyonce fans, and anytime they say something like, okay, remember that time Carlos Santana, he simply said, my opinion, I don't think Beyonce is as talented as people think she is. She can't sing. Boy, the Beehive was
Mm.
trying to take him and hang him over a bridge, man. Beehive wanted his neck. They wanted his head to roll. I mean, they got at him so bad. I'm sure they like dropped his location and where he lives, and
His
just
phone
really.
number,
Yo, look.
everything.
After the Beehive got done with him, he had to issue an apology to Beyonce. Like, look, just forget about what I said. I'm sorry. Just ignore it. You know what I mean? So it's really it's really some tough times right now when it comes to expressing yourself and giving your opinion. Because it's just too many people running around with all this spare time trying to force people to change. You can't force a person to change. You know what I mean?
And that's the truth. And I think the rise of social media gave a voice to people that did not need a voice.
Well, I'm just
There
running
were
over
some
people.
people that there are some people that they don't need to talk. They just need to
Hmm.
listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you allow a person, for instance, I saw a video the other day about this woman. This is pretty popular. It was on Donkey the other day for the Breakfast Club. This this woman has said that basically you should not change your kids' diapers without having permission from the kid.
Uh huh.
And I was like, that is asinine. That's the most stupidest thing I ever heard.
Wow. That's just like I don't know what I was watching something on Twitter, and there was this story. I think it was called like I can't remember what it's called, but there was this article about these cheerleaders in some small little white town, and they were doing tryouts, and one of the
Yeah.
girls didn't make it, so she told the mom, and the mom complained about it to the school, and they all got together, and then they decided that there wasn't going to be any cheerleading this year, and that if you tried out to be a cheerleader, then everybody who tries out, you have to make it as a cheerleader. So they're trying to set that new rule. And I just thought
Ooh.
about, like, wow, like we live in a time where people don't want to work for it. They don't want to have any like standards. It's just like you complain enough, you can put yourself in positions that you don't even deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You complain just enough, and you just gonna bypass everybody. You know, this la- this lady's the young girl's mom. She told the school, hey man, this is unfair. I don't know what else she said. Might have threatened them, but man, they went and changed it where anybody can be a cheerleader. And I just thought, man, I remember when I had to try out for track and football, and I had to try out to different, teams. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
got cut because you suck.
And you got cut because you stink. You just didn't make the cut, but now you got all these young people that just do not want to be judged.
Yep.
So,
It's kind of like they're giving a trophy to everybody.
oh my God,
I couldn't
oh,
stand that
oh
rule.
my God, I remember. Oh my goodness, yeah, man. Oh man,
You give a trophy to every kid, a participation trophy.
Jesus.
It's like, what has the world come to?
Mhm.
Like, I explain to people the world is not going to once you get out into the real world, the world is not going to treat you like your parents will or like your family will. For those of you that have decent family members, the world is going to treat you like they don't give a damn. We don't care about your feelings. We don't care
Absolutely.
about anything. It's like, it's what you can do to help make society better. And if you can't make society better, we will toss you aside.
No, I gotta agree, cause the okay, wait, what'd you say again? My bad.
Like,
I kind of got a
the
little lost.
world, the world don't care about your feelings. The world don't care who you are. The world does not care about your money. The world, some people in the world care about your money, but overall, the world doesn't give a damn. And you have to figure out a way to make things better for yourself and for your family.
Right?
You know what I mean? So I'll tell this quick story. It was this guy that I knew. He's a classic millennial case. He would always come to work, show up to work late, and then he would sleep on the ground. Like when he takes a break, he's supposed to get like 30 minutes for a break. He would take an hour and just sleep on the floor. And
Wow.
then even when he wasn't on break, he would sleep on the floor. And I never understood why he didn't get fired. And it was a trip because like, hold on, if it was anybody else, he would have been gone. You got an employee on the clock sleeping on the floor.
Yep.
Ain't doing no work. He's just sleeping. He's on his phone, doing whatever. And then has the nerve to complain that the working conditions were too bad. and I'm looking at this dude, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Serious? And that's what the world is starting to come to, or has come to these days. Is
Yeah.
that if someone can complain enough, if someone can raise enough ruckus and get cameras on you, then the people that they're complaining about will eventually fold and give in to their, whiny demands. And what they don't realize, that's to me, that's emotional terrorism.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, you can't do that. And
Yeah. You know.
that's the problem with a lot of people these days. They want to complain about gun control. They want to complain about all these different things. When a person shoots up a school or shoots up anything else, they go. I'm not defending the NRA. I don't really like the NRA, but they not the ones that's shooting up people at all. It's people that are unstable mentally, or
Mhm.
they become unstable mentally and own a gun or can get a gun and shoot up people.
Okay.
And one thing I'm really tired about, one thing I can tell you that I'm really tired about is that when these white schools get shot up, they get national coverage and world coverage. But all them people getting shot up in them urban neighborhoods and black neighborhoods, they don't mention that at all.
Mhm.
They don't say jack. That ain't national news. That ain't world news. They don't give no coverage to that at all.
No, that's not something the news would find interest in. No,
Like,
that's.
just niggas shooting. It's just niggas killing niggas.
Mhm. There you go.
It's black
So,
folks killing other black folks. We don't care.
so.
So y'all, I put it like this. Uh, the media, in my opinion, is very biased.
Mhm.
You cannot live in this country and not have a bias. It's just not gonna happen.
Right.
It's just like I believe that everybody is racist in their own way. Everybody is racist. If you've been born in America and if you come to America, you will become a racist eventually. Because somebody of the opposite race of you is gonna do something enough to piss your behind off. And you
Mhm.
gonna call them a racial epithet.
Right.
You know, that's just gonna happen. People need to understand, and in my opinion, people need to just realize, like, hey, everybody has a bit of racism in them. A black person gonna piss off a white person enough that he gonna call him an N-word.
Mhm.
White person's definitely gonna piss off a black person enough that he's gonna call him all type of racial stuff that black folks call
Jesus
white
Christ.
folks.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mexicans and Asians. We walk into a Korean store, they following us around. They follow black folks around.
Mhm. Yeah, man.
You understand? Racism ain't going away. Just accept it and try to learn from it.
That
And
that's
have
it.
fun with it, because racism can be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, it just. This is what built this great land. Like this is. I mean, this is what this land is built off of is racism, man. I don't see why
Yep.
people don't understand that. Like, I can understand that you don't like racist people, you know, but this, I mean, everything that was done, like that, and this is the thing. At the end of the day, after what was it, 275 years of slavery,
Yeah.
after after my ancestors and black African ancestors who were enslaved after the white man freedom. Let's not get it twisted. They didn't they didn't fight for their freedom. The white man just freed them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, they decided we're just gonna stay. They had the choice. It was like, hey, you can go back to Africa. We'll send you all you people. Send a boat. They decided no. We're gonna stay, and we're gonna become capitalists, just like y'all. So that's another thing that people have to consider is that what were you talking about back then?
Um,
Huh?
uh, I was just saying, as far as when it comes to the whole racial aspect, people got to realize. when slavery happened in America, it was the first time that race was brought into slavery.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because in Africa, Africans had slaves.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
I mean, it was. I think it was a little bit different. You know, this type of slavery is on a whole nother level. You know,
oh
I
yeah.
think that's more like indentured servants. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why in Africa it was indentured servitude versus in the United States it became generational slavery by way of because of your race is looked at as inferior, and they preyed on that. Hell, I mean that's just what they did.
Right.
That's why I said slavery in America was the first time slavery became racially motivated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because nowhere else in the world that I know of was slavery ever based on race. They usually enslaved the people that were already in that, basically in their neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? The English did it with the Irish. Africans did it with other Africans, and so forth. As far as when it comes to, Americans, when it comes to America, hell, everybody took a piece of them Africans from Africa, and they shipped them all over the world. So I mean, but you also got to blame those Africans that let that go on and even help profit from it. But then again, I ain't supposed to say that as a black person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. You know. It is what it is.
And that reminds me of one other subject I want to talk about is the rise of two different things. False racism accusations from black folks and racist white women calling the police on black folks.
Wait, and that's another topic because there's a lot of people who've been getting caught up with that.
Yep. You had a guy in McKinney, Texas, a council member, who got pulled over by the police, and after after he went about his way and everything, he got up on social media and everything else, hollering the cop was racist. He was crying, he was saying that he pulled him over because he was black and everything like that. Well, the McKinney police put out the body cam footage, and it told a different story. And it showed where the cop was being nice to the guy. It showed him like, hey, you getting a ticket because you broke the law.
Right.
Wasn't no racism involved. Wasn't, hey boy, we gonna give you a ticket because you're a black son of a bitch. We don't like you black motherfucker. It wasn't none of that. You know what I mean? Wasn't none of that. So it's black people, in this is my opinion, it's black folks like that make it a lot harder for the black folks to actually go through racist incidents. And that's not even the first incident, man. There's a second incident in South Carolina, and it wasn't known just a black person. It was a chapter of the NAACP.
Okay.
He was the president of the South Carolina chapter.
Yeah.
Now the cop pulled him over. I've seen the video. The cop pulled him over, told him he was basically, he broke the. I think he had a light out or something. I forgot what it was, but he was being nice to the guy. I didn't hear no N-words. I didn't hear no boy. I didn't hear nothing that would suggest that it's a racist. It's some racism about to go down.
Right.
And the guy was mad because the black dude was mad because the white cop had told him like, hey, your registration ain't adding up either.
Yeah.
It's like, I know you just bought this car, but you need to have it checked out again. And that's the only thing that that I could see that would have been confrontational. Because it upset the black dude. Or shit, the black NAACP president of the South Carolina chapter got on social media hollering it was racism.
Okay.
Said he pulled him over because he was black and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, body cam footage, camera don't lie.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he got to eat them words. So it's black folks like that that make it hard for black folks to actually go through racist incidents with the police or with anybody else.
Yeah.
They make it hard for them to have people believe their story. And those are the black folks that hurt the community.
Yeah. It's the ones that I wouldn't say cry wolf, but actually take full advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when it's racist, I mean, you call, but to just create a situation where, and on top of that, you're like, man, this is really racist. And then you create a situation where you're trying to take full advantage. I think that's a lot of black people's problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially lower class people. Just thinking, um, how can I, if they tell me no, you know, how can I find a way where I can get into this, And then,
Right.
things like affirmative action, was built and set up for, during a certain time where, it was very helpful for black people to even the playing field and to hire different people, you know what I mean? But now it
Yep.
doesn't even apply to black men, it applies to
Black
women.
folks.
It
Yep.
applies to women because they're the minority now,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. They definitely are.
Yeah.
I can tell you, one thing when it comes to let's say the so-called pay gap that women say that there are some women that say exists. Uh, famed economist Thomas Sowell explained this years ago of the whole, the so-called wage gap is that it's not the fact that women get paid less than men. It's the fact that men work continuously until the day we die or until the day that
Exactly.
we up until we retire. Where you have women, there are some women that get pregnant and have to take time off from work.
Mhm.
But for those women that continually work like men do, it showed that they even get paid sometimes more than their counterpart at the same position.
Right.
But no one wants to take in those I want to say outliers as far as women getting pregnant and taking leave, 9 month leave, 10 month, to a year off of work,
Mhm.
and that's a big factor in the workforce because jobs ain't gonna wait, just not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Just like man, I don't know if you saw this one story of that white woman. She's a meme now, but that white woman that called the police on the black family in the barbecue.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh man,
Ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. Did you see the memes for that?
Yeah,
They got a meme of her calling the police on Martin Luther King Jr. for making a speech.
and see and that's where she messed up. Is that we live in a society where everybody can get a piece of you. Everybody,
Yep.
and see they know who you are, but you don't know who all these individuals that are talking about you. You just don't know. You can't talk to them and just be like, hey man, sorry about what I did. Can you stop posting this picture about me or creating this meme? Nope.
Yep.
They're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna run you down. You know. I'm sure she got a whole bunch of them coming. You know, just
Oh
for
man,
giving. Yeah, man. But
there's a whole bunch of it's the rise of man. It's lately. I don't know if you noticed it. It's just been uh, a few different white women that are racist white women that are calling the police on black men for
yeah.
whatever reason, or black people in general. You have the one that was in Yale called the police on a black student for sleeping in her dorm room.
Oh man,
I
I
thought
heard
that
of
was
that too.
man. I thought that was ridiculous. You
Yeah.
know, how you think that? That is just ridiculous in my opinion. Then you have a white woman that called the police on the black dude in Memphis, Tennessee for he's he's a real estate investor. He I believe bought a house and he was expecting it, and the woman came out of her house asking, "Who is this? Who are you?" And he identified himself. He told the lady like, "Hey, I even got a contract for this house," and she still called the police on him anyway. So I mean, it's something about racist white women that make me nervous. You know, and it's been a rise of that lately.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
But there's people have gotten crazy these days, man.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I think racism, if outside of the media, to me, racism is not as bad as it is. It's what the media is portraying it to be. You know what I mean? I don't see racism in my everyday life. I don't experience, maybe because I'm just a big ass black dude. I don't know. Because, I wait on that one moment where a person of a different race, doesn't matter if you're white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, Arab, doesn't matter to me. You call me the N-word, I got some words for you. I'm not gonna fight you, but I got some words for you that's it's gonna hit your soul, and your grandkids are gonna feel it. It's gonna make your whole generation, it's gonna make generations of your family realize, oh shit, I should never fuck with this dude. That's what I plan on doing. But I've been blessed for that, and that hasn't happened yet. I haven't had a racial incident in a long time.
Oh, that's good.
So I mean, about a year, almost a year. that's gotta be a world record of some sort.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, man. People gotten away from God. People gotten away from the Bible. People getting away from everything. I think Pastor Troy said it best in his old school song, Vice Versa. What if heaven was hell and heaven was, and vice versa? And I think that's what it is today. At least that applies in the worldly sense. Good is considered evil, evil is considered good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing these days.
Well, I mean, yeah, true. But just like I said,
Let me see. Oh, snap. Let me do this. Come on, Lester.
yeah, bro. So I think we just gonna wrap this up for the night.
Already.
Yeah. So that was basically it. That's the show for the night. Just covering just a few topics. Um, man, I didn't have very good topics, but the few that I talked about, I said what I said. But yeah, man, anything you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
I like to say that everybody, if you really are open-minded as you say you are, then you will give the person that thinks opposite of you a chance to talk to you and actually listen to that person and see if it don't change your mind and change your life.
Yeah, I don't think people are ready for that, but
Nah,
that is
they
the
probably
truth.
not.
Well, um, Anything you want to shout out? Any social media?
Yeah, you can reach me up on Twitter at Mr. Carteon. That's at Mr. Carteon, MrCarteon.
Already. Well, that's it for tonight's show, and we will see you next week. All right. Y'all have a good one, and y'all take care.